already trying to strategize how to make this the least awkward I possibly can. Here we go. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you a question? I was wondering, I'm solo traveling and I'm trying to find like a family that I can join on their vacation.
It's a hard one right now.
I'm feeling a little nauseous. Oh man, am I gonna have to start over? I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot.
What would you do if a stranger came up to you out of the blue and asked to join your family on their vacation? Well, over the past few years, I couldn't help myself from coming back to this one scenario. As someone who grew up in Florida, who in all honesty didn't grow up going on very many vacations, and definitely not to the mountains, I've always wondered what it would be like to vacation with a family that went snowboarding. Not just because I've heard they're some of the most intense breeds of families you'll ever meet, and as someone who's only gone snowboarding once before but is way too competitive, I'd love a good challenge. And not just because snowboarding easily became my favorite thing I've ever done on the planet, and I secretly want to do research on how to pull off a snowboarding vacation if I have my own family one day, which is terrifying to say. I'm very single, but because I've exceedingly gotten more and more confident doing things alone. Living alone, crossing off bucket list items alone, driving across the country alone, and I can feel myself being isolated in ways that I don't think humans should be. And I also believe that sometimes all it takes is one question to change that, even though I could just get rejected. Which reminds me, let me introduce myself.
Hello everybody, my name is Meredith and welcome back to 23 Days of Rejection, where I'm driving across the country from Florida to California, purposely seeking out rejection in hopes of desensitizing myself to it. Today is day 15, which means that I need 15 rejections or a yes to complete my daily challenge. And I'm in Denver, Colorado today. Here we go. Look at this. Technically, I'm like an hour and a half away from Denver at a ski resort. I'm gonna go rent my gear. Look at this. Do not see that in Georgia. I'm gonna go rent my snowboard. Let's go. The gondola. There are a lot of people here. I'm scared because I could literally start at any second. Oh, shoot. I don't even know how to ask this. Oh, there's a lot of people in line for lift passes. And all those people going down the slopes. I'm already trying to strategize how to make this the least awkward I possibly can, because this is my first video where I'm purposefully interacting with kids and families. I can't believe I'm doing this. I saw this guy wearing a Darth Vader costume earlier. Like this little guy, like a little kid. I want to be friends with that kid. I heard that like kids that ski and snowboard though are like really an intense breed. It's not like I'm not trying to have that kind of kid, because I am, but okay. I can't dilly-dally. I have to give myself 5 minutes. It's 10:11. I don't want to ask anybody in the food hall. It feels kind of invasive. I like you guys as you're welcome. I know it. I could ask that family. I was just too nervous. That family would have been great to ask. I'm feeling a little nauseous because like this is such an insane thing to do. What, am I gonna ride the gondola with them? I'm so nervous. I don't want to do it. I need to ask somebody. Here we go. I'm gonna have a camera on. Hey, can I ask you a question? I'm here alone and I'm trying to see if there's any families on vacation that I could join, maybe.
At your own risk. Right. We are a high.
Okay.
Yeah, we're welcome. Yeah, we're welcome. Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Really? Wow. Thank you so much. I'm Meredith.
I'm Meredith. I'm Jen. I'm Lori.
What's your name?
I'm Declan.
Declan?
This is just the start.
And so this was the whole squad. Jen, Lori, Declan, Abe, and Remy. Yes, like the rat from Ratatouille.
So let's do this thing!
Cool. Well, my board's right here, actually.
We're gonna load up on fire. And if you don't have children, you may not want to.
I was walking around this morning and I was like, there's so many people here.
Well, and this is so many not people.
Really? This is less than normal?
Yes, 100 times less.
I'm a little scared about getting off with all you guys. I don't want to knock anybody over.
12 seconds later.
So I can't find the family that I was with.
Okay, and before all of the snowboarders on here assumed that just because the family was on skis, that the reason I couldn't find them is because they just didn't want to wait for me to put on my bindings. Yes. The family left me while I went to go put on my longboards. They went down this way. They're on skis, so it's a little bit different. I'm gonna try to go meet up with them. We'll see how that works. So I can't find the family. Oh man, am I gonna have to start over? And yes, I had just followed them down a path that led to the only clearing this run has before splitting off into a million different directions. Oh, there's Pooh Bear and Tigger. I think I'm just gonna go down the mountain and see if I run into them. I'm really curious to see if I can get up off my board while holding my phone. This is gonna take some skill. Ooh, okay. Woo, caught myself. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. And though by the time I was halfway down, I still hadn't found the family, I did find the hidden entrance to something else I'd been looking for. So I just passed a skate park called Woodward, and the snow is so icy today. I can do some tricks on my longboard, but I'm not sure if it's the same thing. I might try to go down the park, I don't know. I just, had to find someone to teach me. Just got down the mountain, and I don't see them. Declan, Remy, bummer, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna unstrap. And as I took every single piece of gear off to start over, I realized that I guess I did technically learn something from Laure and Jen about pulling off a snowboarding vacation for my non-existent future family, which is that you can easily lose a stranger you do not want around on a ski run. Does it count as rejection if they leave me, or am I still at 0? I gotta figure out a better way to do this, I guess. Also, those people weren't from out of town, so I'm gonna start by asking if people are on vacation, and then if they're a family. Let's try it again, I guess. It's okay. Can I ask you a question? Sure. I'm making a YouTube video. I was wondering, are you guys on vacation or do you live around here? We live in Denver. Okay, cool. Sweet. Trying to find a family that's on vacation here. I see Darth Vader and what's it called? One of the Stormtrooper. That's what it's called. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna ask Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper. I'm so nervous. They're also eating, so okay, I'm recording. I have to. Just go do it. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? I'm currently on a solo trip. I was wondering, are you guys on vacation currently? No, you live here?
No, but
okay, cool. I'm trying to find, I'm making a YouTube video. I'm trying to find a family.
We're a family that lives in Denver. It's my neighbor.
Oh.
My mom has a condo up here in Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
This is day 44 for me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's family though. I don't know where we're gonna ask around. It's a hard one right now because
I know. I think a lot of people are from here. It was nice to meet you guys. Yeah. I think this won't actually be a fun idea. Man, I've talked to 3 families so far. I don't think I've gotten 1 rejection. It's complicated when rejections aren't easy either. Because I've got to find 15 families that are on vacation snowboarding in April. I think what I'm also worried about is it being awkward if they say yes. And then I'm just with this family and it's awkward. I see this family sitting down that looks like they might not be from Denver. I might go ask them. I can do it. Can I ask you guys a question? What's up? Are you guys a family?
Yeah,
I was wondering, I'm solo traveling and I'm trying to find a family that I can join on their vacation.
I mean, you want to ski with it?
You can ride with us. None of us are blood related.
I just
Really?
realized it's my son is here, so that he and I are the only family. Do you want to join us?
Yeah, is that okay?
Absolutely, family.
Yes! Okay, sweet. My name's Meredith. Brenden. Nice to meet you. Steven.
I'm Stevie.
Stevie. Molly. Ben.
Molly. Meredith.
Meredith. Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Giving you lots of room.
Whew. So, how do you guys all know each other again?
The three of us, those two and me, went to undergrad together. And we went to undergrad. She lived with his son. So
Okay.
that's how we know him.
I know his son from
High
high
school.
school and college.
Yeah.
We
Whoa.
moved from Connecticut together.
He works for Sundays.
That's crazy.
And I'm in pharmacy school right now, and she goes to pharmacy school.
I'm an
See you.
outsider in this group too.
But she tattooed a bunch of us recently. So
Really?
I tattooed bikes.
Does everyone have a bike tattoo?
Except this guy, the guy with the beard.
Get it.
The coward.
He decided he hates us and he doesn't want to.
Well, I heard Heather's getting hers covered up.
No, she's letting it fade.
Though I didn't get a video of me getting off of the gondola this time, I did get an excellent shot of what I probably looked like last time. Which, I don't know, maybe that outside seat is just cursed.
Here everybody is.
And as Ben looked at the map, eventually deciding we would start on this side of the gondola, I wasted 0 time getting to the starting line.
Molly said we're both. Oh, we're doing the half pipe?
Because though nobody had left me yet, as I struggled to remember how to correctly strap in, I couldn't help but secretly wonder if this group might operate under the same pirate code as the last one.
Any man who falls behind is left behind.
Or
I
worse.
think what I'm also worried about is it being awkward if they say yes.
But before I could get 2 in my head, we were already starting down the run. And I realized that all I wanted to do in this moment was learn how everyone here chose to spend their time on the mountain. Starting with Brenden, the other outsider of the group, who before we were even a minute down the mountain had already whipped out her phone and started taking on the role of hype woman and guide.
Do you have something to say for the camera?
She ended up teaching me 2 different ways to practice carving and filmed me just so that I could have something to learn from and watch back later.
Perfect! Doing great!
Where we next caught up with Molly, who took on the role of leader of the group, waiting for all of us every few minutes and making sure we all went down as a unit. And that's Grayson, Steven's son, who just pushed Molly over.
That's Grayson and Tara. I'm making a video.
I heard.
And who, it turns out, is vacationing here from LA. After catching up with them for a few minutes, Brenden and Molly made the mistake of thinking I might be ready to go down these things called moguls.
Just tried to go down those and I failed. But we're gonna get it someday. Might not be this season.
And I know I seem positive here, but I slowed them down so much from falling that I could sense the pirate code was about to kick in any second.
It is without doubt the worst I have ever seen.
But honestly, it was talking with Steven 2 minutes later, who not only was the one to officially invite me to join them in the first place, and who took on the role of dad of the group, but was the one to help me realize that this group wasn't the kind to leave anybody behind.
Going again!
No, I couldn't help but wonder if I'd be ready to join Stevie and Ben, the more reckless of the crew at Woodward Park before the resort closed. I started to realize that riding the gondola with everyone was easily one of my favorite parts of the whole day.
But, Virgo men,
Last time that you guys went snowboarding.
it was so long ago. And it
Winter
was not
Park
the same as
last
this.
Sunday.
It's beautiful, it's sunny,
went to
we're
Snowboarding.
snowboarding. We could be in bikinis if we wanted to.
Oh, this is where we went off, so I did.
Yeah. And that's the hard part. The easier part is down there, so we should have kept going.
And though the next few hours proceeded to be some of my favorite of the year so far, and I even decided to finally accept that falling was just a part of learning.
I had to go down some moguls, which are just bumps, and I fell a lot.
I realized something on the last run of the day, the highest up I'd been on the mountain so far, that would completely change my life.
Ready to go. This is my 4th run for the day.
Because as I started down the run, I couldn't help but think that maybe this wasn't about joining a family on vacation after all, or about my non-existent family that I might never have, or even about my unhealthy obsession with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wedding. I love weddings. Drinks all around.
Sorry. But here I was reminded that the real reason I hadn't planned a snowboarding trip in the past 9 years was because I couldn't ever convince anyone to go with me. And I really didn't want to do this alone. And I was reminded today on this last run that me not wanting to do things alone used to hold me back from doing almost everything that I wanted to in life. It reminded me that when I was 17, I decided that I wanted to go skydiving on my 18th birthday, but I couldn't convince any of my friends to go with me, which makes sense. They didn't want to risk their life. But every year my birthday would come and go, and I still hadn't done it. So when I was finally turning 26, I came to the realization that I had to just go, even if that meant I went alone. So I did the research, I bought the ticket, I told my friends I was going, and though 2 of my friends did end up being able to make it by some miracle, shout out to Carly and Kelsey, this was the day I realized I couldn't let my fear of going alone keep me from living anymore. Not just because I gained a confidence that day that I never knew I could have from keeping the promise I made to myself all those years ago, but because I realized there are so many open-hearted people with the same desires, mindset, and fears as me who I met there. And I think that's what today actually ended up being about. Proving to myself that if you're brave enough to go alone and risk the possibility of getting rejected, that you never know what friendships or life-changing experiences could be on the other side.
I just entered the park. I don't know how I'm gonna do with this, but I gotta make it down. And I'm already in the barricade.
To Stevie and Ben, who were there when I attempted my first ever jump in Woodward Park.
That felt so good.
And to Brenden, Steven, Molly, and even Grayson and Tara, I'll never be able to thank you enough for welcoming me into your chosen family. Because even though I was way too exhausted to join you the rest of the evening, you made me realize that I don't have to wait until I convince my friends or be not single to enjoy my favorite thing I've ever done on the planet. And you guys better save me a seat on the gondola for next season. And to everyone watching, like, subscribe, comment your all-time favorite ski resorts, and know that I'm rooting for you.
So much joy. So much joy.
And I'll see you guys in Arizona for day 16.